Bay Area throwbacks. So today I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna start doing some kind of like player profiles on, different players of the different Bay Area teams that I'm a fan of some of the players that maybe don't get talked about or recognized as much. Obviously, today I'm gonna do a 49ers player. Obviously, there's a million things out about Joe Montana, Steve Young, Ronnie Lott, Roger Craig, Terrell Owens, Dwight Clark. Who else? Jerry Rice. All these guys that are obviously staples in the history of the 49ers. So I'm not going to do any of those type of guys. So I'm going to start just doing other players that maybe have a big part in the history of the franchise, of these different franchises, but that a lot of people probably don't know about. So today I'm going to focus on Frankie Albert, who was the first 49ers quarterback, the original 49ers quarterback. So I'm going to focus more on his 49ers career opposed to his whole life. But so pretty much, so dive into it right now. So Frankie Albert, Stanford, graduate, played football at Stanford, quarterback. He actually was part of the 1941 Rose Bowl. They won. He was the quarterback for Stanford at that time. He was the first college T formation quarterback, so he pretty much, him and his coach, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was something O'Shaughnessy or something like that. I should have wrote that down, but basically, he was the first T formation quarterback in college. So, he kind of revolutionized the game, him along with his coach at the time. So he won the 1941 Rose Bowl. He had a great career at Stanford. They actually made a movie about him called The Spirit of Stanford, where he actually was in the movie and played himself. So besides just his football career, he was on the big screen. So little cool history right there. So on to his 49ers career. He played 7 years in the NFL, all with the 49ers, or actually not in the NFL. I'll talk about that in a second, but he played 7 years. He had a 7-year football career, all 7 with the 49ers from 1946 to 1952. I got some notes here, so I'm not going to lie. I'm reading some of the notes here, so I'm not going to front about that. But, it's 1946 and 1952. And if you're a 49ers fan, you probably know 1946 is the 49ers' first season in their history. I can't say in the NFL, but in their history. And he was the original quarterback, or he was the starting quarterback that year. What was I going to say? The first 49ers game ever was against the New York Yankees. You heard me right. New York Yankees was the name of the team at the time. They lost 21. The 49ers lost 21-7. And at this time, they were part of the AAFC, which was a different league. I think it was the All-American Football Conference that was actually rivaling the NFL to be another professional football league. So at the time, the 49ers were part of that league from 1946 to 1949, which was the year that league existed before they merged and turned into became a part of the NFL. But so that first game, 49ers lost 21-7 to the New York Yankees. That's what the team was called. 49ers did score first pass in 49ers history, first points in general, first score, because they only did score 7 points that game, was a 40-yard touchdown from Frankie Albert to Len Eschmont, if that's how you say it. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But so that was the first score in 49ers history, first touchdown, first all that. So, and that was Frankie Albert, who was the quarterback. Some of his AAFC accolades is in 1948, he led the AAFC in completion percentage, QB rating, and touchdowns. And in 1949, he also led the league in touchdowns as well. He shared the league MVP in 1948 with Otto Graham. So they shared it, him and Cleveland's Otto Graham, another quarterback. So they actually shared the MVP honors for the AAFC that year, 1948. And then 1950 was his first year as an official NFL, as the 49ers being in the NFL. And he was actually a Pro Bowler that year. And that was his only Pro Bowl of his career. What else I got? I have something else here. Where did that go? All right, so he ended his NFL career with a record as a quarterback of 13, 16, and 1. Now, he obviously played a lot. That doesn't include his AAFC games. That's strictly his NFL. Once the 49ers were in the NFL from 1950 to 1952, which was his time in the NFL. So he ended, that was his record. So after that, after 1952 season, he decided to leave the league and actually go up north to Canada and play. So he played pro in Canada after that. Came back to the 49ers organization after he got done playing in Canada as a scout and a coach, and actually became the 49ers head coach from 1956 to 1958, where he compiled a head coaching record of 19, 16, and 1 in those 3 seasons. He was actually the coach of the 49ers' first playoff game in their first NFL playoff appearance, which was in 1957, which they lost to the Detroit Lions 31-27. So not only was he the first quarterback for the 49ers in the AAFC and in the NFL, he was also the head coach of their first NFL playoff game. Now, I'm pretty positive that they went to the playoffs in the AAFC, but that was different. But like I said, as in the NFL, their first year, 1957, in the first playoff game, he was the head coach, so he helped lead them to that. Unfortunately, lost, like I said, but 1958 would be his last year as the head coach of the 49ers. After he ended his football coaching career, he got into real estate and also became a minority share owner of the 49ers. So even then, he was still involved with the 49ers. So, he was a part of the 49ers in many different, facets, from player, coach, scout, head coach, part owner. So, he kind of was always a big part of that 49ers family. Ended up passing away in 2002. But he was in something I didn't bring up. In 1956, he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. And in 2013, he was inducted into the San Jose Sports Hall of Fame. So that's just a profile on Frankie Albert, the original 49ers quarterback. I plan on, doing some more of these player profiles of kind of lesser known, players in these different teams' histories. So that's about it. So make sure you please hit that like button, comment if you want. Oh, and if you have anything maybe that I forgot about Frankie Albert that let me know. If you ever, any stories you got about Frankie Albert or history that you have that I don't have, I don't know everything. So I'd love to hear what you guys got, or if anyone out there that's watching that even maybe watched him play back in the days, I'd love to hear you guys' stories. So smash that like button, comment, subscribe if you're not already, and if you are subscribed, thank you for being subscribed and checking in again. But everyone, have a good day. I'll see you guys all on the next one. Have a good day.